Gay Milwaukee. Jinx O'Jay here, and we have a fantastic, fabulous guest. Are you ready? Introduce yourself, Anna, Lady London.
Hi, how you guys doing? My name is Anna Scott. Most people know me as Lady London. And it's such a pleasure to be here today. I'm so excited. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me, Jinx.
Oh, thank you for being here. For those who don't know, Lady London is an activist, a model, a streamer. You do it all. I feel like ever since I met you, you are consistently attached to a project and doing something. Tell us about it.
Well, yes, I have. I have to say I have been very much intentional in being active, and as far as like participating in projects with other people and like even getting involved with community. This all came about because I wanted to change my atmosphere. I wanted to change my life. I wanted to create and build more purpose.
Yeah, I have to say, it's been amazing to watch your journey. You've been doing a lot of amazing things, but on top of that, you've stood up for people that are different, from people of color to women, trans women, to the LGBT plus community and beyond. What drives you to do that?
I must say the spirit, higher spirit, the creator, the beginning and the end, that's what I move from. And that's just for me personally. It's not, to ever try to push off on anybody else. It's just my own personal, that I feel like I leave from that point, because I drive from the purpose. Like, I'm looking for my purpose and service, and I'm here to serve. And that's what I found out about myself, and that's what I'm doing.
It's been amazing just to watch your journey, especially when go from all the way from not just here, but Washington and beyond. It just seems like it seems like you just have this infinite amount of energy, and you're always just one with this state in the world right now. I feel like the world needs more light workers and people pushing and up one another and really, what's the word? Activating and moving with purpose. And you really seem to do that every single time I see you.
Yeah. And it's like, it's so, I always try to use the right language. So I'm going to say it's nerve-wracking, or it's like, uncomfortable sometimes to do that. But it's like I wanted something different, or I want something different. It's not always comfortable to like move in that type of mind frame and mindset, and like to always put my purpose and service before like my desires. It's hard, and I still, it's a challenge for me. I don't want to say struggle, but it's a challenge for me always, like on a consistent basis, like as I grow as a person on my journey.
Yeah, and I have to ask you, as another LGBT plus person of color to another, a lot of being in that sense of energy, you have to take a lot of your experiences and help pave the way for other people and help, make sure it's better tomorrow for even when you're not here. Tell me about just, what that means to you and just how you navigate through that.
And so like my whole entire purpose, like my existence, even as a trans person, it's like a state of activism constantly, you know what I'm saying? Like my whole entire life, like I'm fighting constantly, like, and I was built this way because I'm like, I feel like I was a soldier in this type of battle. Like I was built for this.
When we're in positions, and mind you, we don't have the same story, but I feel like there's enough parallels. Like when we're in certain positions or in certain projects or jobs or what have you, we are conscientiously looking around the room to make sure there's inclusivity. That if there isn't, we create it, because, we want to exist in a space where there's men, women, in between, Black people, like Latinx people, Asian people, white people, etc., gay, straight, and like that's part of our purpose, to navigate and move with that, because we don't want to be in a space with just one type of person. That's not what we're here for.
Yeah, and and to me, most open-minded people think that way, but everybody doesn't connect like that. And the thing is to find that place where it's like you can accept it and live with it and not allow it to impact you in a way where you feel victimized or hurt by another person's thoughts or feelings or even their actions.
Yeah, intention's very important when it comes into all of these things.
Yeah, intention versus the impact. Like that is like, I had like on my, platform social therapy, I talked about these things. Like I probably should have mentioned all this stuff in the beginning, but social therapy, you can check me out.
Yeah, got social therapy in down below.
Yeah. But yeah, social therapy, this is like exactly like a part of my whole work is like cultivating change in a way that is allowing people to make the changes on their own. And it's not you like forcing it. It's like, no, we opening this space and allowing you, we're not even allowing you, we're welcoming you to come in. You know what I mean? You don't have to, but we welcome you to come in and reconstruct the way that you view life, reconstruct the way that you view people, reconstruct the way that you treat yourself, reconstruct the way that you treat others. And it really starts with a conversation. It starts with storytelling. It starts with connecting verbally and also through other mediums like music and dance and all those different things too. That's why I'm so much of a creative, and I love that stuff because it makes an impact.
And also sometimes within too, I think a lot of the times when a lot of people in the world, we want to change other people, but sometimes starting inside counts a lot more too. I think that was a hard lesson we all sometimes have to learn, hey?
Yeah, I've been learning those lessons a few times this week. Like, for instance, yesterday, a situation happened, like, me and Elle are playing this march and stuff, and it's just us talking, us girls talking. So we're playing this march and stuff, and I'm like, I didn't realize I had said something rude during the meeting with some of our volunteer organizers. And I'm like, well, what I say? And I was told what I was said. And what I said was kind of rude after confirming it with about 6 other people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, maybe y'all right. So I had to reevaluate the way I look at my language and the way I use language and the culture that I come from, and recognizing that, how I was raised in my house or how we spoke to each other in my household and how like people in the world talk to each other, or not how people in the world would like to be talked to each other. Like that's not how they would like for me to communicate with them, and it's like learning that like I'm becoming a better communicator, and becoming better with, recognizing like that emotional aspect of communicating with people, like, really empathizing, like, because I know I'm an empath, but I don't always know what to do with people's energy and stuff, except for try to dismiss it or bottle it up and contain it and put it off somewhere, because at the end of the week, like, I have no control over that power of being an empath, in my life right now, in my journey. So I'm like, and so I tend to internalize the wrong things and then deflect and all of that. It's like I learn these different things about myself, like constantly, even to this moment. You know what I mean? Like, even in this moment, I'm trying to be conscious about making sure I'm not cutting you off, because I know I'm a person that can cut people off and interject. And it's like I'm constantly working with my challenges. But yeah, sorry.
I think that's super important, because I feel like a lot of us in this moment in time are consciously updating ourselves, whether it's political correctness, whether it's different cultures, different backgrounds, what have you. And like you said, sometimes we could say something to someone where in our minds, in our upbringing, it's a totally normal thing to say. And to some other person, it's insulting or degrading or just, and that goes across the board. It doesn't matter if you're Black, white, gay, straight, Asian, etc. There's a lot of disconnects, and it's okay sometimes to say, I messed up, I didn't know, or call someone out. I think, as we said last episode, a couple episodes ago, cancel culture should be used as a last resort, and we should, ruin people or tear people down or what have you. We just kind of say like, hey, where I come from, that's not okay. And, I just want to make sure we're good. And, or sometimes just say, I didn't mean it that way, I apologize. And, and I think we need more of that going forward, because I think a lot of us, especially in this era, have a lot of, like we said, disconnects, and a lot of people really want to be right, and finding the middle grounds and hearing each other and understanding each other is not always a priority. And we really should try to do more of that, I think, right?
Yeah, I think definitely we should need to start recognizing our intentions versus our impact, and recognizing others' intentions versus their impact as well, because all of that is important. And it's like you want to give people the benefit of the doubt, and usually I would think a person with an open mind, would usually give a person the benefit of the doubt before they, make accusation or allegation of some sort, like when it comes to character or behavioral, traits or whatever.
And also recognize that we all step in it.
Mm-hmm.
We all do one time or another, right?
Yeah, nobody is perfect, and we're all creatures of habit, and you can't help, always what you were conditioned to be. Sometimes you can recreate yourself, and it's a process. And I'm very much still in process, and that's why, it's so important for me to get this documentary out that I'm working on. The name of it is Many Shades of Brown. And I've just recently gotten funded to continue the project, and I'm very excited. And yes, it's about transition and how we all relate one way or another to transition, and how we have the ability to connect when it comes to transitioning. And it's like you have the ability to understand this person because they're doing nothing more or less than what you're doing, but just in a different form or a way. But we constantly transitioning.
Tell us about what's up and coming around the corner with you and the Sisters of Sheba.
Okay, well, definitely, we are definitely in connection with Sisters of Sheba's, sisters helping each other battle adversities. But this particular event, the members of the Sheba organization, the program, they will be participating and partaking. But this event is going to be organized and orchestrated by the Black Rose Initiative, and that is the group and organization that we organized under for the funding to go to Washington when we funded the members for Sheba to go to Washington. Our first big thing we're going to do, because we still have funds that we told everybody that if we have funds left over, we will use them for X, Y, and Z. And these is one of the things we were going to use it for, which is the Black Trans Visibility Celebration, which is a 2-part, possibly 4-part series. I'm gonna just say it's a 4-part series. Saturday, March 27th is the day for our March celebration, the Black Trans Visibility March celebration. And then following that, we're gonna have some other events for the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th. And definitely for sure on the 31st, we're having the virtual event. And the virtual event will be a panel discussion, also some live music and some entertainment, and also just some informative information about accomplishments and things like that of the Black trans community. And this is really just to give to people who are not able to make it to that march in February. I'm gonna send it over to you, and maybe you can share on your platform, get the community involved more with the trans girls.
Anything for you. You know I love you ladies. You know I'm always here for you guys. Ladies,
and I love you too.
Ladies.
We got to stick together, period.
Always. I just want to say one more thing, and as a close, you've been doing so much work. You, the sisters, the Black Rose, Elle, all of you, you've been doing so much work. It's so visible. I know it's a lot of hard work because you're constantly doing it. And I just want to let you know everything you do is worth it. We see you, and don't stop doing what you're doing. Just don't stop.
I'm not gonna lie, thank you for that. I was just telling my friend earlier, I was like sometimes people really do need that. You know what I mean? Like just to hear that they're worthy, or they're doing something that's making an impact, and it's not just like, oh, I gotta keep going to God, or I gotta keep building myself up. Sometimes it's like good to build other people up, and I appreciate that because I don't always get that. So thank you so much for that. Thank you.
All right, you come back anytime. Okay?
Definitely will. Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
All right. That's me and Lady, and we're signing out.